Hi everyone, it's me. I wanted to talk about, I'll lower my voice. I wanted to talk about missing puzzle pieces. And I want to talk about an analogy that you can apply to your own life that hopefully will alleviate the pain and the blow if you have been a parent who has had children who have chosen to disconnect from them, whether as teens or adults. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm going to give you hopefully a tool that will help you to understand that although it's very painful for you, there is also something that um, the children that disconnect don't think about when they choose to do this. And I'm referring to parents that have done their best to raise their children, that aren't perfect, that, worked hard, gave their children a home that was safe, and full of love and chaos and all that fun stuff. But overall, it was safe. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do drugs. I worked hard, gave them a roof, gave them food, gave them exciting things to do on their birthdays, and whatever the case. And then, the flip side was when I was a single parent, I dated. And I, chose to, have my own life too. And so, anyways, but overall, I did my best, and I did with the tools I had. And my children, I was very close to them, and they disconnected. So, anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, the one thing that children who disconnect fail to think of is, let's just say you love to do puzzles and you have a 1,000 piece puzzle and you've worked really hard and you get to the end and you look in the box and there's a piece missing. And there's nothing you can do. It might have rolled under the couch, fell on the floor, the dog might have eaten it, the cat might have swatted it or whatever. A child in the room might have come and picked it up and thought it was a little toy or something. And there's a missing puzzle piece. So then you're, oh gosh. And you think this is the worst thing ever. But anyways, a child who chooses to disconnect from their parent, a parent who has loved them, cared for them, would do anything in the world for them. I'm letting you know that when you disconnect from your parent, there is a missing puzzle piece. And the puzzle piece is the one that ties it all together. And the parent that has been alienated or disconnected from is that missing puzzle piece. And there's so much more to a parent that they're just not a stranger or someone on the street. This is a person that chose to give you life. They loved you into being. They wanted you. They would do anything for you. And most of all, they have your history. They have your stories. They have your memories. They have your hopes, your dreams. They, held you when you were little. When you were sick, they took you to the hospital, and they've had your life. And when you disconnect from that parent, that you're disconnecting a part of yourself, and you're disconnecting your stories. And as much as you want to tell your own children about your childhood, I can remember probably back as far as maybe kindergarten, and maybe reading or my favorite things that I remembered in school or my friends. But prior to kindergarten, or some people do remember as young as infancy. But your parent, especially your mother, the person that raised you, and maybe the person that stayed home with you, can give you those stories and can fill in the missing links to your earlier years, and a lot of the memories that you forget because some aren't as significant as others. So the parents that are disconnected from their children, that absolutely love their children, just know that you are that missing puzzle piece. And as much as your child tries to bury or negate your existence or remove the memories they have of you, whether it was through pictures or videos or whatever. Just know that you do hold a treasure chest full of information that will someday be able to be shared through stories. You know, it's good to write down memories, stories, etc. And that's all I know. And so I know it's hard to be disconnected from your children, especially when you have friends who are allowed to be in their children's lives and are becoming first-time grandparents and, you know, have relationships with their daughters and things like that, or their sons. So just know that you are important and you do hold a treasure trove of information. It's good to write it down. I know for me, I'm a short-term forgetter, but I do remember long-term. So it's really probably really important to write down all the memories you have of your children, to look through the pictures and say, oh, I remember when we went to the park, or we went camping, or we went to these concerts, or I remember your birthdays and things like that. Also, videos are really important. I have a ton of VHS-C tapes from when my girls were little, and I watch them from time to time, and I remember, it's funny when you watch videos, you remember the outfits and the sayings and how their voices were and how they smiled and how they hugged you and kissed you. So I just think it's important to write it down, because if and when when I should say, we are no longer on this earth and we have passed, someone else who is close to you can give those memories to your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and basically anyone who loves you. So anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. You're valuable and you're important, and that's all there is to it. So don't feel, initially you're going to feel less than, or you're going to think, you know, it's hard to explain why your children don't talk to you, but know that you can join certain groups to gain a sense of understanding, respite, and normalcy in your new life, in your new role. You gain a new role, a new identity, and ways to cope. So I hope this helps someone, and I hope that you find a place of love, of acceptance. I hope you find a way to fill that void, those voids, and just know that there's plenty of people in this world who need love, and so seek them out and find a new life despite your losses. So anyways, I hope this helps, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye-bye.